The galaxy was old, very old. Stars had been born, burned bright, and died long before most civilizations ever learned how to leave their home worlds. Empires rose, ruled for thousands of years, and then vanished into dust and forgotten records. Power ruled the galaxy. Many empires claimed strength. Many fleets filled the dark with steel and fire. Many rulers believed they were unstoppable. But above all of them stood the Elders. The Elders were not conquerors. They did not rule planets or command fleets. They did not speak often. They were ancient beings who had watched the first stars ignite. They had seen galaxies form, break, and reform again. They remembered wars so old that even history had forgotten them. When the Elders spoke, the galaxy usually listened. Usually. For centuries, one name had been missing from the stars. Humanity. Human space had gone silent long ago. No signals, no ships, no warnings. Galactic records listed humans as a minor species, divided, emotional, and short-lived. Some believed they went extinct. Others believed they never mattered enough to notice. So when strange signals suddenly appeared again, the Galactic Council did not panic. They laughed. The signals were weak, old, human. Council members joked openly. Probably a broken satellite, one alien said. Or a dying colony sending ghosts into space, another replied. The idea that humanity could matter again felt absurd. Humans were small. They fought among themselves. They aged quickly and argued endlessly. They were not builders of empires. But while the council laughed, the Elders grew still. They felt the signals the moment they appeared, not because they were loud, but because they were careful. The Elders called an emergency gathering. This alone shocked the galaxy. For the first time in thousands of years, all the Elders spoke together. The council chamber filled with silence as ancient forms appeared in holographic light. Their presence made even the strongest warlords uneasy. Some council members shifted in their seats. Others tried to hide their fear behind pride. The Elders did not waste time. Their message was short, clear, final. Do not provoke humanity, one elder said. Another continued, do not corner them. A third finished, do not force them to choose. The chamber erupted in confusion. Council members whispered. Commanders exchanged looks. Some laughed again, nervously this time. One powerful alien leader stood and spoke with open disbelief. Humans. You call this meeting because of humans. Another council member followed, his voice sharp with anger. They have no great fleets, no star-killing weapons, no territory worth mentioning. Why should we fear them? The Elders did not raise their voices. They did not threaten. They simply watched. An alien commander, known for crushing entire systems, finally asked the question everyone was thinking. If humans are so dangerous, he said, why did they hide for so long? The chamber went quiet. This time, no one laughed. The Elders took a long moment before answering. Their voices carried weight like gravity. Because last time, one elder said slowly, the galaxy almost ended. A ripple of unease spread across the council. But pride is stronger than fear. Records were pulled up. Human wars were shown small, brutal, chaotic, but limited. No evidence of galaxy-ending power appeared. No ancient superweapons. No unstoppable fleets. The council chose logic over warning. They dismissed the Elders. Orders were issued. Human border systems were pressured. Routes were closed. Patrol fleets moved closer to human space, not to attack, but to test. Show us what you have, the council believed. They thought humans would retreat. They thought humans would negotiate. They thought humans would beg. The Elders said nothing more. They knew this moment. They had seen it before. As alien fleets advanced, human systems did not respond with threats. There were no angry broadcasts, no demands, no military buildup visible to scanners. Human space remained quiet. Too quiet. Behind the scenes, ancient human stations woke from centuries of sleep. Old shipyards opened their doors, forgotten protocols activated. Machines designed not for conquest but for survival came online. The Elders watched the stars dim slightly, as if the galaxy itself sensed what was happening. They did not try to stop the council again. Because warnings only matter before the choice is made. The choice had already been forced. Far from the council chambers, deep inside human-controlled space, a single automated system activated. It did not shout, it did not threaten, but it recorded and it waited. The elders turned away from the galaxy they loved. They knew what came next. The warning had been given, and now nothing could stop what was coming. The alien fleets moved forward with confidence. They crossed into human border space without resistance, no warning shots, no defense lines, no emergency broadcasts. Sensors showed empty systems and quiet stars. To the Council, this silence meant weakness. "See," one commander said. "They are afraid," another laughed. "We're already dead." Fleet formations tightened. Weapons were armed, but not fired. The Council wanted control, not destruction. They wanted humans to understand their place. The first human system they entered looked abandoned. Old stations drifted in orbit. Cities were dark. Ships floated lifeless near docking rings. There were no shields, no patrols, no visible power signatures. The alien commanders relaxed. Scanners detected one small structure near a moon. It's a simple listening post. No weapons, no heat, no life signs. "This is it," a commander mocked. "This is what the elders feared." The fleet moved closer. A transmission suddenly activated. The message was not emotional, not angry, not afraid. It repeated calmly in clear galactic common. "Warning received. Response authorization pending. Retreat is advised." The alien bridge filled with laughter. Commander waved his clawed hand. "Fire, end this joke." The listening post was destroyed in seconds. Metal shattered. Power vanished. The signal went silent. The fleet celebrated. They believed it was over. They were wrong. Across human space, something ancient stirred. Deep beneath asteroid fields, sealed doors opened for the first time in centuries. Shipyards hidden inside hollow moons activated. Long dormant factories hummed with life. Human systems did not light up all at once. They awakened slowly, carefully, as if something was checking the galaxy before acting. On distant human worlds, automated beacons activated. They did not send threats. They did not call allies. They synchronized. Timestamps aligned, coordinates locked. Old AI systems compared data with precision beyond alien understanding. This was not panic. This was preparation. The elders felt it immediately. Their ancient senses detected subtle changes in space-time. Energy patterns shifted in places that should have remained dead. Old scars in the galaxy began to glow faintly. They tried to contact the Council again. Their message was urgent. "Pull back," one elder said. Now, the Council refused. "You warned us," a Council leader replied. "We tested it. Humanity has nothing." The elders did not argue. They knew arguing no longer mattered. Meanwhile, alien fleets continued deeper into human territory. Still no resistance, still no fleets. But strange things began to happen. Navigation systems started drifting slightly off course. Not enough to trigger alarms, just enough to be annoying. Long-range scans returned to empty space where stars should be. Communications lagged by seconds, then minutes. Engine efficiency dropped without explanation. Commanders blamed software errors. Engineers blamed cosmic interference. No one blamed humanity. Then the first ship vanished. No explosion, no distress call, no debris. One moment it was there, the next it was not. Sensors showed nothing. The fleet halted. Commanders demanded answers. Scans swept the area. Nothing appeared. Space looked normal. Then a second ship vanished, and a third. Panic began to spread. Orders were shouted. Weapons were powered up. Fleets tightened formations. Defensive screens activated. Still no enemy appeared. Only silence. The Council demanded reports. Commanders hesitated before answering. They could not explain what was happening. Then finally, humanity responded. Not with weapons, with a message. It did not come from a ship. It came from everywhere. Every alien display flickered at once. The message was short. You were warned. You chose pressure. Evaluation phase complete. The Council erupted. What evaluation? Someone shouted. Where are their ships? Another demanded. The answer came seconds later. Human vessels appeared across the battlefield, not jumping in, but already there. They phased into view as if space itself had been hiding them. The ships looked old, angular, heavy, silent. Their hulls carried scars from wars long forgotten. Their energy readings were but wrong. Alien sensors could not measure them properly. Human ships did not form attack lines. They spread out, They surrounded. And they did not fire. Alien commanders waited for the first shot. It never came. Instead, space twisted. One alien cruiser suddenly found itself light years away from its fleet. Another was locked in a time loop, repeating the same second endlessly. Entire squadrons lost power and drifted helplessly. Human ships observed. They recorded. They learned. The elders closed their eyes. This was the phase they feared most. Humanity was not fighting, they were studying. The council finally understood. This was not revenge, this was testing. The test had only just begun. Far away in human-controlled space, a final protocol unlocked. A message echoed through ancient systems. Phase 1 complete. Escalation authorized. The galaxy trembled. And the elders knew. The real consequences were about to begin. The alien fleets were no longer confident. They were confused. Ships that once moved with perfect formation now drifted out of position. Navigation data disagreed with itself. Star maps showed stars that were not there, and missed stars that clearly existed. Commanders shouted orders. Engineers ran scans again and again. Nothing made sense. The human ships did not advance. They did not attack. They simply stayed where they were, silent and watching. Alien commanders felt something worse than fear. They felt exposed. One fleet captain tried to fire. The weapon charged. The targeting system locked. The trigger was pulled. Nothing happened. The energy vanished before leaving the barrel, as if space itself had swallowed it. Across the battlefield, human ships continued to drift slowly, calmly repositioning. They were not forming battle lines. They were forming control zones. Inside one of the human vessels, no voices shouted, no alarms rang. The systems worked quietly, smoothly. Artificial minds guided ships with perfect focus. Humanity had not come to fight a war. It had come to end a problem. Another alien cruiser disappeared, destroyed but removed. Its crew never screamed. Its systems never failed. One moment it existed, the next it did not. Panic spread through the alien ranks. Messages flooded the council chamber. We are losing ships. We cannot track the enemy. Our weapons do nothing. The council demanded answers. The elders remained silent. They knew this phase. This was the moment when humanity decided how dangerous the galaxy truly was. Then the humans spoke again. This time, the message came directly from a visible ship, a massive vessel older than most civilizations. Its hull was dark, scarred, and covered in symbols no alien translator could fully decode. The message was short. You entered protected space. You ignored the warning. You destroyed the marker. Alien commanders demanded to know what a marker was. The answer came slowly. Listening posts are not defenses, the message continued. They are boundaries. A cold realization spread. The listening post had not been a base. It had been a line. One that should never have been crossed. The council ordered an immediate retreat, but retreat was no longer possible. Space itself resisted their movement. Jump drives failed to align. Warp calculations returned impossible results. Ships that tried to flee found themselves emerging in the same place they left. Human ships did not chase them. They waited. Then humanity escalated, not with destruction, but with demonstration. A single human ship moved forward. It targeted a nearby uninhabited star system. No fleets defended it. No colonies existed there. The ship activated a device so old it had no name. The star dimmed, slowly, quietly. Then the star collapsed not into an explosion, but into nothing. Space folded inward, sealing the system behind a shimmering veil. The system was not destroyed. It was removed from reality. The message returned. This is restraint. The council chamber fell into chaos. Some leaders screamed in fear. Others begged the elders to intervene, but the elders could not. Humanity had already chosen the level of response. The elders finally spoke not to humanity, but to the galaxy. This is mercy, one elder said. Many did not understand. Human ships continued their work. They disabled fleets without firing a shot. They isolated commanders. They trapped warlords in pockets of frozen time. They removed military centers from existence without harming civilian worlds. Humanity did not hate. They corrected. The alien fleets broke apart. Some surrendered, some tried to resist. None succeeded. Inside the human command systems, calculations updated constantly. Risk assessments, threat levels, long-term stability projections. The goal was not victory. The goal was balance. One alien commander finally understood. He sent a message, his voice shaking. "Why are you doing this?" The response came quickly. "Because you force choice. Because you apply pressure. Because unchecked power always repeats the same mistake." The commander asked the final question. "What happens now?" The answer was chilling. "Now, we decide how much of the galaxy survives its own arrogance." The elders closed their eyes. They remembered the last time humanity had spoken those words. The galaxy had taken thousands of years to recover, and this time, humanity was being far more careful. Human fleets slowly tightened their control zones. They cut off only military supply routes. They left civilian worlds untouched. This confused the galaxy even more. Humans were not conquerors. They were not tyrants. They were judges. A final message spread across known space: remain in place. Do not mobilize. Further escalation will result in permanent correction. The war stopped, not because humanity won, but because the galaxy understood it never stood a chance. Far beyond the battlefield, deep in forgotten human space, an ancient system finished its calculations. A new phase prepared to unlock. The elders whispered among themselves. The hardest part was coming, because humanity had finished answering the threat. Now, they would reveal why the elders had tried so desperately to stop it. The galaxy did not fall apart all at once. It cracked. At first, the damage was small and easy to ignore. A supply route vanished. A military hub stopped responding. Fleet sent to investigate never returned. These losses were written off as temporary disruptions. But deep down, every leader knew the truth. Humanity was not attacking randomly. They were editing the galaxy. Human ships appeared in key locations without warning. They did not announce themselves. They did not demand surrender. They simply acted and then vanished again. Entire war councils lost communication with their fleets. Generals found their command codes invalid. Weapons platforms powered down and refused to restart. No explosions, no burning worlds, just silence. The elders watched this unfold with heavy hearts. They knew this pattern. Humanity was removing instability piece by piece, like a surgeon cutting away a disease. The Galactic Council demanded answers. "Why are they not destroying us?" One leader cried. "Why leave us alive?" Another asked. The elders replied with a single sentence. "Because destruction is easy. Correction is hard." Across alien space, fear turned into something worse: helplessness. Civilian worlds waited for impact that never came. Trade cities stayed untouched. Life continued, even as military power disappeared around them. This confused the galaxy. Every empire had been built on force. Humans did not need it. One desperate coalition attempted a final strike. They gathered their remaining fleets and targeted a human-controlled region, believing a massive attack might break the silence. The fleets never reached their target. Space folded. Time stretched. Their ships slowed until movement became impossible. Human vessels emerged around them, calm and precise. A message appeared. You are given time to stop. You chose escalation. The coalition's fleets were not destroyed. They were frozen, locked in place, visible to the entire galaxy as a warning. The elders finally stepped forward again. They addressed humanity directly. "You've made your point," an elder said. "The galaxy understands now." The human reply came after a long pause. "Understanding does not prevent repetition." Then humanity revealed the truth. The elders opened forbidden records, ancient files long sealed by fear and guilt. They showed the galaxy what happened the last time humanity was forced to choose. Thousands of years ago, the galaxy had looked the same. Empires grew unchecked. Power crushed the weak. War was endless. Humanity had tried to stay out of it. They failed. When their worlds were threatened, humanity responded without restraint. They did not conquer. They reset. Whole regions of space were erased. Dangerous civilizations were removed entirely. The galaxy survived, but only because humanity stopped themselves. They disappeared afterward, not out of fear, out of regret. The elders had begged them to never return to that path. Humanity had agreed. Until now. Back in the present, the galaxy trembled as more systems were corrected. Strategic locations vanished from star maps. Dangerous weapons ceased to exist. Secret fleets hidden for centuries were uncovered and neutralized in minutes. Every action was controlled, measured, final. Human ships began to leave some areas entirely, marking them as stable. Other regions were sealed behind shimmering barriers that could not be crossed. The galaxy was being divided not by borders but by risk. Some leaders tried to apologize. Some begged. Some blamed the elders. Humanity did not respond to emotion. They responded to data. The elders watched in silence as more corrections were made. They had tried to stop this moment. They had failed. A human vessel finally appeared above the Galactic Council station. It did not attack. It did not threaten. It simply existed. A message filled every screen. Okay, the galaxy is breaking because it was built on pressure. We are not here to rule. We're here to prevent collapse. The Council realized the truth. Humanity had never wanted power. They wanted stability, and stability required fear, but not fear of death, fear of consequence. As human ships withdrew from several regions, something worse became clear. The galaxy would never be the same again. Trade routes had changed. Power structures had collapsed. Military dominance was meaningless. Empires that once ruled through fear now faced their people without protection. The elders felt something ancient awaken. This phase was ending. The next would be irreversible. Deep within human space, a final system began to unlock, one that humanity hoped they would never need again. The elders whispered among themselves, if that system activated, the galaxy would not just break, it would be remade. And the worst part? Humanity would do it calmly. Without anger, without pride. Without mercy, the galaxy demanded answers. Worlds that once bowed to powerful empires now stood alone. Fleets were gone. Weapons were silent. Old alliances had collapsed overnight. Fear spread, but not the kind born from explosions. This fear came from understanding. The elders could no longer remain silent. They gathered the remaining leaders of the galaxy. Not in the Grand Council chamber, but in a smaller space, one meant for truth, not power. The elders spoke slowly. What you see now, one elder said, is not humanity at war. The leaders listened closely. This is humanity holding back. The words felt heavier than any threat. The elders opened the sealed records files older than most civilizations. Images appeared of a younger galaxy, one ruled by endless conflict. Empires crushed smaller species. Power decided worth. Humanity had been there then. Small, young, surrounded by enemies. They tried to survive quietly. They failed. When the galaxy pushed them too far, humanity responded with everything they had. Not out of hatred, but desperation. They built machines that could bend space. They created systems that could rewrite physical laws. They learned how to remove threats not just from space, but from history. The elders showed the result. Entire regions of space missing. Civilizations erased so completely that even memory struggled to hold them. The galaxy survived. An elder said softly, but only because humanity stopped itself. Humanity realized something terrifying. They were too effective. It could end wars forever, but at a cost too high to accept. So humanity made a choice. They would never rule. They would never conquer. They would never answer force with emotion again. It disappeared from the galaxy not in defeat but in restraint. The elders helped hide them. They erased records. They sealed borders. They placed warnings on star maps. Do not provoke humanity. It was not a threat. It was a plea. Back in the present, humanity listened as the elders spoke to the galaxy. The human response came slowly. We did not want this. That single sentence echoed across the stars. Human commanders reviewed the data again. The galaxy was unstable. Old patterns were repeating. Power was gathering dangerously fast. Humanity had waited too long. Too long? One elder asked the question no one else dared to ask. How far will you go this time? There was a long silence. Then the answer came. Only as far as needed. Human fleets changed formation. Some ships withdrew completely. Others remained positioned near the most dangerous regions of space. The galaxy began to understand the new reality. Humanity was not punishing everyone. They were separating the galaxy. Safe regions were left alone. Unstable regions were monitored. Threat zones were locked. A few leaders protested. "You are deciding our future," one ruler shouted. Humanity replied calmly. "You already decided it by repeating the same mistakes." Then something unexpected happened. Human ships saved a world. Small forgotten civilization was about to be destroyed by a collapsing star caused by ancient weapons. Human vessels arrived, stabilized the star, and left without a word. No reward, no demand. The galaxy watched in confusion. Humanity did not act like gods. They acted like caretakers. The elders felt both relief and dread. Relief, because humanity still cared. Dread, because caring meant responsibility, and responsibility meant permanence. The secret was now clear. Humanity did not rule the galaxy because ruling would mean choosing who deserved to live. They refused to make that choice lightly. But now, the galaxy had forced their hand again. Deep within human space, the final system neared full activation. It was not a weapon. It was a failsafe. A system designed to prevent the galaxy from destroying itself by any means necessary. The elders had begged humanity never to use it. Humanity had agreed. Till now, a human observer looked at the data and spoke quietly. "The galaxy is reaching the same threshold as before." Another replied, "We can still stop." The first shook their head. "We already tried." The elders addressed the galaxy one last time. "This is your final chance," they said. "Stand down. Dismantle your war structures. End expansion by force." Some listened. Some did not. Humanity recorded the responses and made their decision. The elders turned away. They knew what came next would not be loud. It would not be dramatic. It would be final. Because when humanity stopped holding back completely, there would be no warning left to give. The galaxy waited. Not in hope, not in anger, but in silence. Human fleets stopped moving. The strange pressure in space faded slightly, like a storm holding its breath. No more systems vanished. No more fleets were frozen in place. For a moment, many believed it was over. They were wrong. Deep inside human-controlled space, the final system reached completion. Not a weapon, not a fleet. A decision engine built to answer one question only. Can this galaxy be trusted with itself? The answer was almost complete. The elders stood together one last time. Their ancient forms looked tired, older than they had ever appeared before. They had seen this ending once already. Humanity sent a final message to the galaxy. It did not echo from every screen. It was not forced. It arrived quietly, system by system, translated into every known language. This action is not punishment. It is prevention. Across the stars, leaders reacted in different ways. Some dismantled their fleets immediately. Some opened borders and released prisoners. Some tried to hide weapons, hoping humanity would not notice. Humanity noticed everything. The final calculation finished. Human ships began to move again, but not as an armada. They spread out. Then something unbelievable happened. Humanity left. Not everywhere, but almost. Most human ships vanished into deep space. Control zones dissolved. Frozen fleets were released. Time loops ended. Trapped commanders found themselves alive and unharmed. The galaxy exhaled. Then the true change began. A new structure appeared across known space. Invisible lines, impossible to cross with weapons. Regions where large-scale military force simply stopped working. Not blocked, refused. Weapons powered down. Aggressive energy collapsed. Even the strongest technology failed inside these zones. Humanity had not taken control. They had removed the option of domination. The elders finally understood. This was the final correction, not a reset. A lock. A human message followed. You may grow. You may trade. You may defend yourselves. But you will no longer build empires through fear. Some leaders screamed that the galaxy had been enslaved. Others wept with relief. War ended not because everyone agreed, but because no one could force it anymore. Humanity did not rule. They enforced limits. Years passed. Civilizations adapted. Without massive fleets, diplomacy mattered again. Without total war, cooperation became valuable. Smaller species survived longer. Ancient grudges faded slowly. The elders watched the galaxy heal. One elder asked the question that haunted them all. Will humanity stay this time? The answer came from a single human observer. As long as we are needed. The elders bowed their heads. Humanity did not build statues. They did not claim territory. They did not demand gratitude. They became something else. A presence, a shadow, a reminder. Generations later, young civilizations studied the old records. They learned of a time when power ruled everything until one species decided the galaxy was too fragile for unchecked force. They learned about the elders' warning and what happened when it was ignored. In the deepest archives, one final human message was stored, sealed, and never broadcast again. It read, "We are not heroes. We are not gods. We're the last option when the galaxy refuses to learn." Far beyond the stars, human space went quiet once more. Not hidden, not afraid, just watching. The elders remained at their post, no longer pleading, no longer warning. Their task was done. The galaxy moved forward, changed forever. And for the first time in a very long time, it survived its own power.